Hi again, everyone. I just want to do a quick flip through of my French Cottage Rose journal kit. Kind of give you a up close and personal look. So I'm really loving how these printed out, and I will confess I didn't print them on my own printer. These were printed at Staples, and with their laser printers, the colors of everything just really pop. So I'll confess, on my personal printer, it would probably be a little bit more muted. It'd still be beautiful because it's all vintage, and vintage is always usually a little bit muted anyway, so it would be just fine. But I happened to decide to print these at Staples, and actually I printed these a couple of years ago. And the colors really pop, so I thought you might want to see and take a look. All right, so here's the first page. It's one of the journal pages, and I had already have cut there was a little white edge. I already cut that out. I'd planned on using it, making a journal, and guess what? 2 years later, I haven't had time. But anyway, it's a beautiful kit, beautiful vintage roses and vintage ephemera. It's an old antique vintage piece of music that I have. And the stripes, I think, make it very French. I love anything French. I love the language. I speak just a very few words, but I love the language, and I just love anything French. And here's a journal page that's lined. I don't know if you can see that in there. Lined page for you. And I really love these borders that I discovered. They are antique vintage borders, and used in who knows what. I haven't figured out what they used to be used for, if they were for ads or what, but I love these borders. I'm going to use them a little bit more often, I think, but I really did use them quite a bit in this kit. And then those are all the journal pages, and then this is some of the ephemera pages, some French receipts, and you'll need to excuse my old logo. This is, like I said, I printed this out 2 years ago, and I've changed my name slightly, and I changed the logo. So, but that is still my stuff. But I'm loving the vintage roses on these vintage French receipts. I just love it. And then we've got some tags and pocket and some medallions. And then some little mini postcards, and a little card that you can fold in half, some little tuck spots, pockets, and this is actually, I made it to be a bookmark, but you could use it as a belly band or whatever you want. And then 2 envelopes. Just fold them and fold them. Pretty self-explanatory. And then just some larger note cards, a lined one, and then just a pretty, this could be a nice big pocket maybe, and then a belly band. And then these 2 pages are, you can use them for whatever you want, but I made them specifically to print on the backs of these if you wanted. If you want to turn it over, and then this card would have a pretty back, and this would have a pretty back, and even the envelopes. You print one of these patterns on the back of this sheet, and then when you open up your envelope, there's a pretty pattern on the inside as well. So these are the patterns I have for the back sheets of whatever you want to use. So there you have it. That is my French Cottage Rose Junk Journal Kit. And I will put a link to that directly below the video. So you guys have a lovely day and go have fun creating. Bye.